Hello my friends, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video, which is going to be, there's a lot of videos already out on this, but we're going to talk about the Pat McGrath blush releases. I did pick up 3 of the blushes and the highlight, and we're going to put this on my face, go through them, just details and everything. You know how we do here. So if you're interested in seeing just which shades I picked up, how they worked for me, what I thought about the formula, then just keep on watching. So let's start off by going into just the details of the carton. It's absolutely lovely. I love this shade of lilac. This was so beautiful. When I opened it up, I was like, oh my goodness, these are even prettier in person. It's got the shade name on the top of the box and then your typical gold embellishments, typical of Pat McGrath all over. And then it has the roses here on the bottom and then ingredients and stuff on the back. They do have an 18-month shelf life. For me, that means like 180 months. And then they are made in Italy, which is awesome because I know a lot of us look forward to products made in Italy. So again, I picked up 3 of the blushes. I also picked up the Golden Nectar highlight. I opted to wait on the quad, but I really do want to pick that one up. So hopefully this next month I can do that. I did pick up Nymphette, Nude, Venus, and Cherish. There's a couple others I wanted as well, but I thought, you know what, before I go, crazy, I better just pick up 3 and make sure I like the formula. So let's go ahead and go into some details here and let you know why I picked up the shades that I did. So a couple of them are pretty neutral. Okay, this is the highlight. We'll come back to that. So her packaging for the blushes reminds me very much of her quads, even her standard palettes. It's that black type of packaging. It's very pretty. It says Pat McGrath Labs. Nothing super stand out there though. It's as far as different. It's got like a little button here that you push to open them up. And there we go. These do have like rose embossments. Very, very pretty. The detail is absolutely lovely. Trying to find, okay, I'm like, where are the names on the back of them? They're right here at the bottom. So let's go ahead and start off with the shades that I picked up and then we'll go into the description. So I picked up the shade Nude Venus, which, okay, that's not this one. Hold on. Hold, please. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. So I picked up the shade Nymphette, which is soft pink with golden pearl. That's this one right here. And then I like that the website has the descriptions on them just because that helped me decide which ones I wanted to pick up. I also picked up the shade Nude Venus. That's this one right here. It looks a little more peachy, and it is. It's a peachy pink with golden pearl. So there's 2 finishes. I think it's demi matte and pearl. So you probably have a little bit more sheen with one and not with the other. I really haven't watched any reviews on these. So this is definitely a first for me. And I did that on purpose so as not to I didn't want to be thinking, oh, I'm not going to like them or I'm going to love them. I have to say, okay, I'll go into that in a second. So this is Cherish and it's the neutral pink demi matte. It's the only demi matte I picked up. I struggled with picking this one up or picking up Love Struck, which is the berry pink demi matte. So they are now at Sephora. We'll see based on how I like these if I pick up 1 or 2 more. I don't know. They're very pricey for being blush. Of course, it's Pat McGrath. So anyways, I will say though, this is going to sound absolutely ridiculous, but this one has a very strong scent of dentine gum. Do they even make dentine gum anymore? I don't know, but that's what it smells like. Man, I'm really maybe showing my age right there. Okay, so as far as a description, it says layerable, luxurious, legendary, blush like an icon, Pat's most requested launch ever. The instantly indispensable divine blush creates a feather light, long-wearing rush of couture color in demi-matte and satin finishes. Okay, so it's satin. Ultra-fine powder pigments deliver sensuously soft, brilliantly blendable application. All 9 shades build effortlessly from sheer to subversive, bare to bold to beyond, ensuring a wondrous wash of customizable color. This is long. Tailored to every skin tone and type. Embossed with radiant roses and sublime sun rays, this new classic is the answer to the eternal question, who makes you blush? Whoever wrote that, kudos to you. Okay, let's just real quick dive into the, what am I trying to say? Dive into the highlight. So let me get to that real quick. Okay, this is the Golden Nectar highlight. Now this is different from her previous two, which I also own, and I love those very much. One of them has like a more pinky tone, and I think the other one has a more golden tone, if I remember. I haven't used it in a while, which I know is horrible. But anyways, so the blushes are $38. The highlight is $48. And this is what this bad boy looks like. There is only one in this collection. Let me give you swatches real quick. I'm going to swatch these on the back of my hand, and that way you know what they look like on me. We're going to put a couple of them on as well as the highlight. Yeah, we'll go into final thoughts after that. So here we go with the swatches. We've got Cherish right here. This one is Nymphette, and it is more of a pinky tone. This one is Nude Venus, and it does have that more peachy tone, which I'm so happy because when I first opened these up after they arrived, I was like, my goodness, in the pan they look somewhat similar. Did I just buy two of a very similar blush? And no, they are very, very different. I'm very happy about that. And then here is the highlight. So for reference, this is what they look like on my skin tone, as well as a deeper skin tone. If you are a deeper skin tone than I hope that that helps guide you a little bit on whether or not one of these shades would work for you. So that being said, let's go ahead and throw a couple of these on my face together. I've got my brushes here. We're gonna do the Cherish shade, which is the deepest one of the bunch. It's not very deep, but the deepest of the ones that I have. And then we'll use one of the other ones. So now I've heard, I'm gonna have to double check this. I forgot to double check before I started filming this. I've heard that Nymphette is specific to the Pat Mcgrath website. I don't remember that for sure. So that being said, let's go ahead and use the Nude Venus shade, because if that is the case, then I want to be able to show you something that you can also get at Sephora just in case. So let's go ahead and go in with a brush and this lovely shade right here. I'm trying to debate what brush to use. I brought two. They're pretty clean, but I don't remember when the last time was that I used them. There we go. Okay. So let's go in with the shade Nude Venus first. I'm going to use a more, see what I mean? It's pretty clean, but it does have some remnants from some time back. So, we're going to use this brush on the lighter one just because I don't know. Let's see. I don't know how hard it is going to be to pick up product. Doesn't look like it's going to be hard at all. Okay. So I did use liquid foundation today, and so no powder foundation. I did set my face, but again, in preparation for this video, I did use liquid, not like the last video where I had used powder foundation. This is beautiful. What? Oh my goodness, this is lovely. I love that wash of it. Looks flawless on my skin. For reference, I did set my face with the Huda Easy Bake Powder. That is my tried and true #1 go-to. I have a lot of very close seconds, but no, the Huda is my favorite. And what? Oh, let's go in with one more layer. I am so excited about this. That's lovely. Now, I don't know if it totally goes with my eye look, which is totally fine. No big deal. But what? This is 2 layers, and I'm using a very fluffy brush, so because of that, I think it probably picked up a little extra product, which is nice, and I didn't have to layer multiple times or anything. That is just simply beautiful. I love it. And I do detect a little bit of a sheen. I think it's that gold pearl that was in the description. Oh my goodness. I love. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm so excited. These are the things that make me so happy, especially when you pay a lot for makeup. Okay, let's go in with the shade Cherish. Let's go in with this pinky shade, which is a little bit more up. Woo, wow. And I went in with a light hand. What? okay, hold on a second. Look, you're not gonna be able to see all that kick up, are you? Right there, maybe? So I'm gonna go in like that. Smells like denting gum. That's a lot of kick up. I did not have that with the other one. I also used a different brush, but it's also a different finish. This is that demi matte. This is not my favorite blush brush. I do find that it kind of, the way it lays down product is kind of in like a weird shape type thing. So probably not the best brush, but it was clean. And this is a blush brush. It's a Sephora brand blush brush from the last holiday set that they released. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. I love the handle, but the shape is just a little weird for applying blush. But this, okay, y'all, buying more is I'm gonna have to do it because this is absolutely stunning. I love it. I love it. I usually go in with a little bit over my nose, but I just realized as I started doing that, I'm wearing 2 different shades and I'm going out for dinner later today. So that's okay. We'll figure something out. This is, oh my gosh, I can't even. I'm so happy with how this is turning out. You guys, do you see? Okay, this one has a little bit of a sheen. This one does not, which I expected because it's a demi matte. It's just in a weird shape on my face. Forgive me for that. That just looks weird. But anywho, ooh, I don't know why I went all the way up here. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking highlight. Yeah, absolutely not. I'll use my beauty blender for, we'll straighten that out later. Oh my gosh. I could go on and on. So let's just move right along. I'm gonna go in with the highlight. Also very powdery, also have kickback. Can you see? So go gentle. I don't even remember what side I used. Okay. And this is also not my favorite blush for highlight. My other 2 are super dirty. This is one of the Milk Makeup for Sephora from a couple years ago. It's not as easy to use like in a very concentrated area. Like I feel like the bristles can kind of get a little out of control. Wow, that's pretty. That's pretty, and I don't find that it's really sitting over top of my skin. You guys know it's the first thing I look for because I don't like it when powders just kind of lay just like a layer there. Wow, this is lovely. I have yet to be disappointed with one of her highlighters. Now, this does feel a little powdery for being in the description. You know how it said it's got like botanical oils. I don't know, maybe it's baked so well in there that you can't feel that, I guess. It does feel very powdery to the touch. It's a more powdery feeling than I expected to feel from this highlight, but it doesn't look like that is impacting the application and the wear as far as just sitting on top of my skin. It does look like it is just kind of, now it's not melting in like a gelée would or anything like that, but it's definitely not sitting like a regular powder. And I'm okay with that. I can see my pores. Can you see my pores? Right there and right there. So anyways, yeah, those are my problem areas. So if you struggle with that same thing, then, I mean, just take note, but that for me is not a deal breaker. I feel like a lot of highlights do that. Okay, I am like super happy. I think I'm happier with the blushes just because I don't know that I was expecting to like them that much. They're very hyped up. I didn't have a very high expectation, if that makes sense. So, okay, well, let's talk final thoughts. How about that? Okay, so packaging, oh my gosh. I know this is just a cardboard box. I get that. Packaging is huge for me though. We'll be keeping these products in these boxes. This is beautiful. I love this so much. So as far as the actual component. Is that what it's called? I don't know. So the packaging for the blush itself is okay. Nothing super, I wasn't like, it didn't rock my world because I'm used to this packaging. You know, sometimes she'll do a little something different, but that's okay. I'm guessing these are just permanent, so I can see why she'd want to keep it in her standard, what is it, lacquered packaging, I guess is what it's called. Anyways, so I did not have super high expectations for this. I think because they were so hyped up that I was like, yeah, we'll see about that. Oh my gosh, I am absolutely in love, floored. I love these formulas. They are both absolutely lovely. I would say though, I don't know which one I like better between the two formulas. They're both absolutely stunning. I think because of pigmentation purposes, maybe I would lean a little bit towards this one, but they are just, they're both stunning. I mean, I don't know what to tell you about that. They just go on so nicely. When I first put this one on, I was like, what beautiful flush is this? I'm just over the moon happy. There is a lot of kick up in these demi mattes. I didn't find that to be the case in the pearl ones. You know, that other finish, I guess the site is calling them satin, but I didn't find that to be the case with those, but with this one, whoa, a ton of kickback, very powdery. Tap your brush multiple times because you saw how I tapped my brush and you also saw how pigmented it went on. So there is that, but definitely not a deal breaker for me. These are absolutely stunning. I think what you're gonna have to decide is whether you wanna bite the bullet for the price tag, because $38 for a blush, I did get the 10% off promo when she first launched them, but $38 is quite hefty for one blush. I think they're worth it. But anyways, moving into, well, let me say one other thing. I'm very excited that the two neutral ones I picked up are very different from each other. So if you have your eye on both of these, but we're wondering if they are different, they're very different. So definitely for a neutral lover, a neutral loving lady, then yeah, I mean, those two are wonderful. So as far as the highlight, I think it's absolutely beautiful. I do think it gave me a glow, the kind of glow that I like. It was easily buildable. It didn't get super powdery. It didn't get super, the layering didn't cause any kind of gross cakey powder, which sometimes highlights will. I don't know. Okay, so I think, here's the thing. Out of the bunch, I was super floored by the blushes, not so much by the highlight. I don't know. Maybe that's just, not maybe, it's personal preference kind of thing. Maybe because my expectations of this were higher, actually, because I loved the other two so much. So this wasn't anything extra for me from the two I already have. The blushes were definitely more than I expected. And so this is beautiful. It's expensive. It's $48, and I do think you can find something somewhat similar to this on the market for a fraction of the price. So don't get me wrong. I am very glad that I picked it up. Very glad that I picked it up. But I do think it's pricey for what you get. Because quite frankly, there are others in my collection that I actually like more. So it's a lovely shade. I can pull it off. I'm a light to light medium, and you know, I'm not a huge fan of overtly gold highlighters, but in this case, it works. It's lovely. It's not overly gold. It does have that balance of champagne in it to where it kind of evens out. And so, yeah, there's that in case you're wondering based on skin tone. But there are others in my collection that I do love more and that I will for sure reach for more often than this one. Still glad it's in my collection though. So guys, I hope this helped you in some way, shape, or form to decide if any of this is right for you, especially because of the price. Don't ever push your boundaries. If you can grab one, great. Hey, that's wonderful. But if you can't, just hold off. I don't think these are going anywhere, and always wait for a sale if you need to. But I do hope it helped in some way, shape, or form, whether the product as a whole or maybe just knowing what they look like swatch-wise on the face kind of thing. Okay, my friends, before I let you go, I just want to leave you with a very short verse of the day to motivate you, encourage you, and tell you that Jesus loves you. I grew up with Psalm 23. That is one of my, if not my favorite Psalms. But this is just a portion of that. And it's Psalm 23:4. And it says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. I love that chapter so very much. It's if you have the opportunity, read Psalms 23. And there are certain verses, I mean, I feel like the Bible as a whole, if you are feeling rumpled, if you are feeling just in a state of despair or anxiousness or whatever, the Bible as a whole, if you just sit down and read it, it will start to give you a peace that you just can't even explain. But something about Psalm 23 is just extra encouraging. So I encourage you to read it if you have not already, or maybe just pull out your Bible and just reread it. Alrighty, my friends. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. Know that I love you, but Jesus loves you so much more. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'll see you soon in the next video. So until then, stay safe and stay well. Talk to you guys later. Bye.